Hello and welcome back to part 2 of Badwater Scout Routes. So, the second part isn't nearly as interesting as the first, but there are still useful things, and there are a few atomizer jumps that you might not know about. Alright, so the first one is very simple. So this is after the opening area. You've captured the first point. So the first one is simply this. So why is this useful? So enemies tend to monitor this, but they tend to not monitor it from here. Sometimes they are here, depending on how they're holding the position. But if an enemy is just watching it from here, you can appear over here and they have no idea. So you can climb up, and they have no idea you've climbed up. And now you have the jump on them, especially if they're distracted. So this is the first jump. It is an atomizer jump. In order to double jump this, you have to like partially climb up and they'll see you. So that one's pretty useful. And then over here, you can atomize up this, though it's not super useful. It's like slightly faster in some cases. So you can't double jump up to this, but you can atomize up to this, and then you can atomize up to this. This is double jumpable. This is not. This is also not atomize jumpable, unless you do something like this, in which case you can kind of end up here. You can atomize up to here as well, which is nice. Oh no, you can from this one. Alright, cool. Alright, so that's kind of useful in some cases. You can double jump there. You have to be like right on the highest point though. Alternatively, you can just jump on this and atomize up there. You can double jump from here and here to this. This is a really useful position. Note you can't double jump up there without that. You can also atomize up to this, which is pretty useful for just like, let's say there's like a soldier over here. You can just block, like break line of sight, grab some high ground, grab even more high ground. Now this jump is pretty nice. So you definitely can't double jump from here to here, but you can atomize jump. You have to time it pretty precisely, not like super precisely, but you also have to end with a crouch so you can climb up. This is really useful in general. So this is double jumpable, even though it doesn't look like it. It's very hard to do. Oh. It's possible, it's just very hard to do. It's much easier to atomize this jump. I did pull it off once, it's just very difficult. Let's try just going straight at it. Now you definitely have to cut that angle to get the distance reduced. So you want to like build up speed. It's very hard to do, but it's much easier just to like go like anywhere, like from here or here. This is extremely useful. This gets you past that choke point and this choke point. This is probably the way you should be entering this area. It's just so much safer. Running through here will get you killed by soldiers, demos, heavies, anything. Ending up here is nice. And then of course you can double jump from this platform to that. You can't make it if you try to go to the railing. You have to do railing to railing with just normal double jump. And then with atomizer you can just skip it all. So like let's say you're pushing in, you can just cut it right away. You don't have to worry about railings. You don't have to worry about whatever. So there's your atomizer jump for that. There's also, so look at the ground here. Dips down, elevated track. Atomizer jump can be used up to this. Any further, you can't clear it, I'm fairly certain. I can try timing my jumps a little bit better, but yeah, I don't think you can make it. But this is like the furthest point you can get to, like around here. So anywhere from here over, you can atomize to. So it can be here. You have options. So pretty useful. Alright. There is another one. So there's this. So this is the fastest way to do this. Originally I found this jump. And it's kind of tricky because you have to like get underneath it just right. But if you just jump in this corner like this, or even from like this angle, the wall prevents you from going underneath. This sticks out far enough that you can atomize up this really rapidly. This is really useful. Like let's say you're a scout, there's like some enemy stuff up here. let's say you slip by, you don't want to go up there yet because they're up there, and you want to get up as fast as humanly possible. Now you're up. Pretty useful for that one. Alternatively, you can go in the window. Same thing. So there's that. It's a pretty useful atomizer jump. This one, this is a double jump, I believe. There's 2 here. So you climb up on this. Whoops. You have to not jump. You have to jump like when you clear it. So you have to clear that overhead. That's double jumpable. You can easily atomize it from the first tube. So if you just want to quickly get up there, oops, still have to time your jumps. You can atomize up there. Getting up there, you can't just atomize up here. You can, however, atomize up there from either of those tubes. The first one's probably a little bit easier. This is more useful for defense, if you want to play scout on defense. This is one of my favorite ones. This gets you, you sneak right by everything. You're not in sniper sight lines, and then you're in their back line. It's so crazy. I use this all the time. It's so good. You just sneak right in there. Okay, what else? You can't atomize up this. Or no, you can. I'm sorry. You can atomize up this. That's obviously really useful. To double jump this, you don't have to go railing to railing. You just have to jump like right as you get to the railing. You'll clear it. Alternatively, if you don't want to use the atomizer and you want to just like rely on double jump, and you don't want to be as precise, just jump from railing to railing. You'll easily clear it. Alternatively, if you want to be a little creative, you can do that. You can atomize from there. Now the reason why this is good is you're coming in higher. So when people are coming in here, they're going to be looking like here, maybe here. They're going to be like this. So if they're coming in and you're like there, they have to aim up at you. So being up higher is nicer. Like if I'm just like double jumping here, you know, I'll easily see a scout there. But like up there, I actually have to adjust my aim a little bit. And that could be useful for, you know, tripping them up. Alternatively, if you want to be sneaky, because, you know, as a scout, you want to be sneaky, you can do that. So the only time they see you is when you're making this jump. So you're practically invisible until you go from here to here. And in that small time window for your third jump, you're visible. Like physically visible. Like if they're walking in, as this was happening, they would see you just in the last like half a second. They might not even see you. They might walk right under you and have no idea you were there. And now there's a scout behind them on high ground, and you could probably drop down and kill them. So pretty useful, crazy shit. There's always like little things like this hiding up here. Anyone can climb this, like any class can climb this. But if you want to make it like use of this, like say someone's chasing you, you can do something like this. Like say they're chasing you. Say they even see you go up like this. Now you've completely changed position. They think you're over here, especially if they're chasing you. If they're chasing you like this, and they see you go that way, and then they look here, and now you're over there. Just by using atomizer. You could do this with double jump. But you essentially change positions out of their frame of view. So like, all of a sudden you're over here now. And they're expecting you to be over there. Alright, and then atomizer here allows you to do this. So like, let's say an enemy's here. Or even here. Fighting something or whatever. You can kind of just like sneak in. So it lets you climb from here to here. You can also atomize this, but there's stairs. One useful thing about it though is you can do stuff like this. So like if an enemy soldier is like up there or something, they're gonna be expecting you to come from here. Now it takes some getting used to, obviously, but if you just like appear, like if I'm playing soldier and like a dude just like appears, obviously I'll shoot the ground and probably still kill him, but you might get the jump on some classes that don't have like burst damage or something. Alright, and then for this area, atomize up this, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you just have to time it. So you can atomize up these. You just have to time it and then crouch. And you can even atomize from this, but if you just stay on the railing, it's just a little bit easier. Alright, and then for this section, you can atomize jump from there to there. I don't want to go through and unlock this and all this other shit just to show that. Like, you just do an atomizer jump, you can make it. That's the only section that's out of bounds I can't show right now. And then one other thing you can do... So I don't think this is double jumpable, but it should be atomizable. Atomizable. Yeah, you can atomizer from there to there. This is really useful. Because, like, especially if you're under fire, you're just trying to, like, escape or set up, like, an ambush or something. You have to remember to time it. You can, like, sneak up to a sniper. So you could go from, like, there to there to there. Alternatively, you can make this pretty easily. Just double jumps. There's, like, a sniper, and you're on, like, last. You can say hello to your little friend. There's also this one. This is an alternate. This one's not as good because the snipers see you. You're like, enemy snipers will see you. But if there's not snipers, if you need to, like, let's say a combo's moving by you, you sneak by. It's pretty useful. Getting up there. And then I think here is one as well. Yeah, so you can go from there to there. This one, not really sure how useful it is, but I don't really think it even saves you that much time. Probably not. It just, you know, it's just a thing you can do. And then, of course, you can get on top of this by double jumping. This can be useful for fighting things. So you can do stuff like that. And then, of course, you can double jump this. Just to, like, land here. And then atomize back. Whoops. You have to time it. Most of these are a little bit timed. You have to like, delay your jumps slightly. And then, of course, you can do something like this. Oh, let me actually do it, though. Like, let's say a soldier's here. You know he's here. He knows you're there. And now you're behind him. You might be able to double jump that. If you're really good. A little bit better than me. Probably do that. And then, of course, you can go from there to there. As one final bonus one, I forgot to mention this. You can double jump up here. You just have to be on the elevated parts. So you just have to know where those are. So, like, if you look at this, it slopes down. So you can actually double jump up this. But not here. So it's useful to know that. Now, you also can do this and climb up the ramp easier. But this is double jumpable. The reason this is useful is you can just be hiding here. And now there's a scout. You're invisible, and now you exist. Suddenly, especially if they're like waiting and you don't have like an unusual and you're just kind of hiding out. And, like, the enemy team doesn't notice you. Because scout is pretty small. Like, let's see. He's pretty tiny. Like, so if you're crouched in a corner not moving, people might not notice you at all. Especially when they're, like, fighting stuff like this. They actually physically might not be able to see you unless they turn around. So, like, if you're in this corner, just being a scout, they literally might not see you. And then you could even just, like, shoot a dude. And then, like, go kill a sniper. Then escape through here. So that could be useful. And also, you can atomize from here. Trying to... Here we go. Trying to, like, appear after I've gained elevation. There we go. Something like that. So, like, if they're starting to push down here and you slip past them and start killing people, you can do stuff like that. And then from here, I think you can make this. Yeah, you can mostly make that. The reason why that's useful is if there's a bunch of projectile classes, they have to mid-air you. And then you end up landing high up, too. And then, I don't think you can make it back, though. No, just barely. This is useful because like if you're attacking, you'll start from there. So like as soon as you spawn, if there's no enemies around, you can just kind of push up here. And now you're good to go. Yeah, I think doing a double jump on that would be hard. It might be barely possible, but it'd be much easier just to like atomize it. I want to see if I can get it without the railing though. Oh yeah, you just have to delay it. Okay, cool. Just gotta delay it. Yep, that's nice. Yeah, no one would expect this really, because like if I'm a soldier, even like me on soldier, I probably might not expect it. Like I'm fighting some scout and then he jumps down. I'm thinking he's like going here, he's going here, maybe he's going there, maybe he's just holding underneath until I jump down. I'm not expecting him to just like immediately appear behind me. That's pretty wild. But that's it for this one. Definitely like and subscribe if you found this useful or enjoyed this. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Also, let me know what type of content you'd like to see. I'm open to suggestions, and peace.